Tracy Cortez seized this opportunity with both hands. In July 2019, Cortez stepped into Dana White's Contender Series octagon to face Maria Agapova. The fight was a witness to Cortez's skill, strategy, and heart. From the opening bell, Cortez displayed a relentless pace, utilizing her wrestling background to control the fight. Her striking was sharp and her grappling was dominant. Throughout the bout, Cortez showcased her well-rounded skill set, blending striking and takedowns to keep Agapova off balance. After her victory on Dana White's Contender Series, Tracy began her career in the world's premier promotion, the UFC. Her debut was on November 16, 2019 against Vanessa Mello. In her UFC debut, Tracy immediately established herself as a wrestling-first fighter. From the opening seconds, she controlled the distance with sharp punches and body kicks, but her clearest advantage came in the clinch and on the ground. She repeatedly drove Mello to the fence, secured takedowns, and controlled top position with heavy pressure and short elbows. Even in striking exchanges, she used combinations mainly to close the distance and initiate grappling. It was a clean sweep, dominant control, relentless pressure, and a well-deserved unanimous decision victory. October 10, 2020 versus Stephanie Egger. This fight was a showcase of Cortez's grappling IQ. Despite Edgar having a judo background, Cortez completely neutralized her. She dictated where the fight went, dominated in the clinch, and scored takedowns when needed. Edgar never found momentum because Cortez constantly disrupted her rhythm with chain wrestling and positional control. It was one of Tracy's most technically sound performances, earning another clear-cut unanimous decision. April 17, 2021 versus Justine Kish. In a closely contested bout, Cortez's wrestling once again proved to be the difference. While striking exchanges were relatively even, Tracy used clinch work and control against the cage to slow Kish down and control the tempo. When the fight got chaotic, Tracy leaned on her grappling fundamentals to reset and score points. The judges were split, but Cortez's control and consistent pressure gave her the edge in another win. May 7, 2022 versus Melissa Gata. Facing a dangerous and rising opponent in Gata, Cortez delivered a composed, tactical performance. She nullified Gata's striking by closing the distance, initiating clinches, and scoring takedowns. Applause. On the ground, Tracy maintained top control and wore her opponent down with calculated pressure. Gat couldn't create any space to strike or scramble, and Tracy never allowed her to find a rhythm. Yet, applause. Another dominant display of positional grappling and a unanimous decision win. September 16, 2023 versus Jasmine Jasudicious. This fight blended gritty striking with classic Cortez control while Jasmine tried to push the pace in the stand-up applause well and repeatedly shut down takedown attempts. When the fight entered clinch range, Cortez was in her element, pinning Jasmine to the fence, landing knees and grinding her down. Despite the heat, Cortez maintained composure, outlanded her opponent, and once again used wrestling to control key moments. Another unanimous decision win. July 13, 2024 versus Rose Namajunas. Tracy took this fight on short notice after the original main event fell through. The short turnaround led to a difficult weight cut, so much so that Cortez famously cut her hair live at the weigh-ins to make the flyweight limit. Her opponent, Rose Namajunas, is a two-time UFC strawweight champion and one of the most technical strikers in the division's history. From the start, Rose's striking precision and range control gave her the upper hand. Tracy tried to close the distance and wrestle, but Rose was sharp with jabs, kicks, and angles. When Tracy did manage to clinch or shoot, Rose defended well and returned to space. Despite Tracy's efforts to impose her usual grappling Heavy game plan, the lack of preparation. Time in the weight cut clearly took a toll. She fought with heart and went the distance but ultimately lost by unanimous decision. This was Tracy's first loss since her debut fight, but considering the circumstances under which she was defeated, there's no doubt she'll bounce back to the top of MMA soon. Do you think Tracy can become a UFC champion?